let's talk about kind of a very freaky parasitic ant. This is Solenopsis daguerri. It is a type of ant that is native to Argentina and Uruguay. And like I just said, they are parasitic to other types of ants, particularly red imported fire ants, which are an incredibly invasive species in many areas of the world. Now, these guys have quite the interesting life cycle. They have no worker ants. The only ants in this species are winged queens and males. So what happens after a new queen hatches, she will go off and find a host ant nest, again, most likely red imported fire ants. She will then enter that nest and kind of attach herself to the existing queen of that nest. This new parasitic queen will eat all of the food that is meant for the original natural queen of the host colony, slowly starving her to death. Now you can see here there are actually two of the parasitic ants attaching themselves to this other queen ant in this picture. Once the parasitic queens have fully gotten rid of the original queen via starvation, they will start producing eggs. The worker ants of the original host colony will start to care for the parasitic eggs, even sometimes preferentially to their own species laid by their former own queen. Now, the reason that this happens and the reason that the parasitic queen doesn't just get eaten or killed by the original host species is that the queen will produce pheromones that are basically identical to the host ant species. This signifies, hey, she's chill, leave her alone, it's okay, we're okay. Her eggs, yeah, they're fine. They're basically our eggs anyway. In fact, they're even better for our eggs, so let's care for these eggs instead. When the larvae hatch again into males and winged females, the new queens, the original worker ants will care for the larvae until they reach maturity, at which point the males and females will leave the nest, mate. The males will usually just die, and then the females, after mating, will go find a new ant colony to start the cycle all over again. In addition to being a kind of freaky life cycle and, from the perspective of the host ant species, something akin to cosmic horror, these guys might actually have potential uses as biological pest controls. Like I said before, the red imported fire ants are a very bad invasive species in many parts of the world. So there is potential to deploy these guys, the parasites, into the nests of the invasive red ants and help kind of control the population by killing the queen and stopping them from further reproducing, thus eventually ending the colony. However, there is a history of biological control plans like this going horribly awry, so there is a possibility that instead of just taking out the invasive red ants, these guys might find a native ant colony in the area, go good enough, and take out that ant colony instead, which is not good because we need our native ants. So before this is a viable red ant biological control method, there's definitely a whole lot of other research that needs to go into this to make sure that they won't just wreak havoc on the native ants and the ecosystem as a whole before they're deployed with unknown consequences.